All right, folks, let's start on this front brake pads and rotor change. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to show you this side really quickly. Okay, on this side here, you got two 14mm bolts in the back. You take these off and the caliper will swing up out of the way. Okay, once this comes out, I'll put it up here for now. But the brakes are so worn, look how far the piston came out. All right, when the piston comes out this far, your brake reservoir is going to also go down also. All right, but once you push these pistons back up, the fluid will come out to full. So once you take the 14mm bolts off, slide the caliper out. You got two of these little clips here. Just squeeze them and they will spin right out. You should have them. If not, they probably rotted away, or if you had the brake pads repaired at one time, they don't put them back. All right, if you have them, put them back. The replacement ones, the brake pads do not come with them. Okay, you can go to the dealer and get them. They're probably a couple dollars or more if you buy from the dealer. All right, and the rest I'm going to show you on the other side. We'll just place this right down here so we don't lose it. All right, now the next thing is the brake rotor caliper bracket, which is this piece here. This gets removed by taking 17mm bolts. There's two of them in the back. Break them off, and then the bracket comes out. The bracket comes out, do yourself a favor, use a wire brush, clean it up, brake cleaner, clean it up. If you get good brake pads, they come with new clips. Pop these little bad boys out, put new ones on there. Okay, this is all nice and clean already. Also check to make sure these pins here go in and out nice and smooth. Okay, if they have a little bind in them, just pop them out, clean it up, grease them, and put them back in. All right, so both of them, make sure they go in and out nice and smooth. All right, because you don't want that jamming. Otherwise, you're going to wear out the brake pads. All right, to the rotor itself. The rotor itself has two Phillips screws. You might need an impact Phillips to get them off. Okay, just spin them off nicely. These are the screws and the clips from this side. All right, I used a little impact right there. Stick that into the screw, hit this part with the sledgehammer and turn at the same time, and they come out nice and easy. Now once you get to this part here, since the rotor is shot anyway, we're going to change it. Get yourself a nice sledge, right? Nice heavy hammer, not the puny one you do nails with in the house. All right. It's a pain in the butt to swing this way unless you have room. Other than that, just give it a nice whack and it'll come right out. All right, watch this. 3. All right, comes right out with all the rust. Take this little rotor and take it right out. All right, that's what the back of the rotor looks like. Look at that. You can see it's all worn out. You can see the grooves. All right, see it's all nice and lifted over here. All right, if you check my other video of why you don't change just pads only, because a new pad's going to be riding on this lip before it even contacts the rotor itself. So this one is shot. All right, that's pretty much it. We're going to clean this up, blow it out. All right, clean up all the rusty surfaces, and we're going to put the new rotor back on with new pads. So what we're working with here, front rotors from Duralast 70111, and then we got the gold pads. The gold pads is a DG1543. All right, like I said, comes with new clips. Gold pads are very, very good. They make the elite ones. I'm not too sure about that yet. I'm going to give some time before I start buying elites. All right, that's it. Let's clean this all up and we'll start the process of putting it back together. All right, so put the rotors on, tighten up the two Phillips screws with the impact, get the nice little bracket on, 17mm bolts. Okay, tighten them to specs. push the caliper in with your caliper tool. Okay, people use a caliper tool, pair of pliers, whatever you want, but use the right tool. The proper way is to push the piston in, push it nice and slowly. Make sure that you don't cut up that little rubber boot. All right, and then of course put your lubricant. If it doesn't come with the brake pads, go buy yourself the proper stuff. All right, this one's clear stuff. Put it on the outside contact surfaces, put it on the piston contact surfaces. All right, and now we're off to the pads. All right, the pad's gonna go in these little slots right there, and I'm gonna do that next. All right, so with the new brake pads on, with the new brackets, check this out. The inside bracket has the holes. I mean, the inside brake pads have the holes for those little clips, but the outside does not. So, I guess these clips are gonna not be put back on. Doesn't pay to put one side on and then it's gonna flop. All right, now check out check the size of the new brake pads and check the size of the old brake pads. Do you see any material? Nope. This is right down to the metal. Check out the other one. It's a little better. At least you see some material. See that groove is still there. The other one has no groove whatsoever. And of course the passenger side, there's no brakes at all. So that one's probably down to the metal. All right, so yeah. So we're gonna skip on these little tiny clips because the manufacturer decided that they don't need it no more. Basically what that is, it's basically just a spring to just keep the brake pads away from the rotors. But it looks like it's good. All right, let's continue. Time to put the calipers on. All right, there you go. It's all put back together. Tighten up the bolts to specs. Everything's nice and clean. There you go. Another job well done. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to show you what the bad side look like. Remember this side? Yeah. This is the bad side. All right. That's it. Thanks for watching, folks. Here's the tool that I use to squeeze the piston back in. All right, basically you're just going to squeeze this here. You're going to see it slowly go in. All right. You don't need a lot of force. Make sure that that rubber boot is all nice and folded in and doesn't stick out past that piston. Okay, because if it sticks out past the piston, then that's the first thing that's going to contact the brakes and you're going to pop a hole in that dust boot. All right, just a little FYI. All right, so here's the finished product on this side. Rotors, brake pads, everything nice and cleaned, wire brushed, lubed, torqued to specs. Let's analyze the old parts. Check it out, people. Look at this. There is no brake pad material left at all. Look at that. Right down to the metal rotor. Ate it right up. See that? You have something left on the inside. See, the groove is still there. Once the groove is gone, then you have no material left whatsoever. All right, don't forget, new clips, new hardware, lube everything up, and you'll be fine. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Ciao again.